And remember the loyalty pledge that each GOP candidate signed? In September, the RNC asked each to sign a document and promise to support the party's eventual nominee. But now, each candidate may be tearing up that pledge.
I'm not in the habit of supporting someone who attacks my wife and attacks my family. I think that is going beyond the line.
I'm not asking for support. I want the people's support.
If the nominee is somebody that I think is really hurting the country and dividing the country, I can't stand behind them.
Donald is not going to be the GOP nominee. We're going to beat him.
He doesn't have to support me. I have tremendous support right now from the people.
Do you continue to pledge whoever the Republican nominee is?
No, I don't anymore. Look,
you don't?
I've been disturbed by some of the things that I've seen, and I have to think about what my word and endorsement would mean. I sure hope they'll endorse me for president when I'm the nominee coming out of the convention in Cleveland. How's that?
The On the Record political panel is back, and Caitlin, first to you, the pledge. I mean, that was so important last fall. Now everyone's sort of doing the two-step.
Right. I think the RNC kind of regrets having that huge event where Donald Trump signs the pledge here in New York. It has actually turned out to backfire. Now, the party used to be concerned about Donald Trump leaving and forming his own, third party or independent bid, and now you're seeing now that he's the front runner and could clinch the nomination or get the necessary delegates, that his rivals are very reluctant to support him. We've even heard Mitt Romney recently say that if Donald Trump were the nominee, he would write in a candidate. So that kind of speaks to where the party is right now and raises questions about whether they can unite at the convention in July.
Well, it also raises the question to me if you can't keep that promise. Do you know what I mean? That seems like the easiest promise in the world to keep.
I think the Republican leadership would rather they have not said anything. I think once one said they won't pledge to do it anymore, the others felt obligated. But the big concern is that this keeps third-party talk alive and well. And if you're the RNC, you're very, very worried about that process.
So what do you do?
What do you...
Well, I mean, what's the RNC to do?
I don't think it's in there. That's been the problem for the RNC since the start of this race. They're not in control anymore. And that's the problem. They're watching a crack up of the party, and they don't know what to do. I think what they can do is resolve themselves to the fact that the party is not going to be the same after 2016, and they may as well start to deal with what they're going to do in terms of picking up the pieces and putting things back together.
All right. Well, let's bring the viewers in on this one. It's your turn at home to vote at this. On Twitter, do you care if presidential candidates bail on the GOP pledge? Tweet yes or no using hashtag Greta, and we'll show you your live Twitter votes throughout the show. It's sort of amazing, though, that that something like the pledge has ended up to be almost the lightning rod.
I know, and it's not worth anything either, right? I mean, it's just it's not a binding contract.
It was an effort to sort of corral them, to keep them all inside the tent.
And it turns out, not to be at this point. And you have several candidates, or these candidates, talking about how they couldn't support someone like Donald Trump. Then even a couple weeks ago, Ted Cruz had said that he would support the eventual nominee. Then in the intervening weeks, Donald Trump had gone after his wife and all of that, and so he said he couldn't support them. So
getting back to that Romney thing, Romney apparently sought Trump's endorsement 4 years ago, and now now he's running from Trump.
That's because the rules...
Ingrate? Disloyal?
No, the rules are not what they were 4 years ago, and it is because of Donald Trump. He is rewriting what is politically acceptable behavior, and so we're in a new era here, and for better or worse, we are in a new era, and I think what you see are more establishment conservatives trying to protect their party. They see Donald Trump as someone who has infiltrated their party.
And Donald Trump would say that he's trying to break up their game and they don't like him.
That's what he would say.
That's what he'd say.
Yes.
All right, Caitlin, Jason, thank you both.